Hello, it's so nice to be back cooking up my next entree recipe for round 2. By now you should all know I'm Lindsay, your entree host. I'm going to be preparing one of my all-time favorite recipes, Philly chicks in a blanket, a dish I hope you're all going to love. You know, sometimes making an entree can be daunting, especially crepes, but as you're going to see, this entree recipe is not that difficult to prepare. Philly cream cheese corn crepes filled with creamy Tex-Mex style chicken is a fantastic dish that I know everyone is going to want seconds of. So let's get started. So in order to create our Tex-Mex flavors, we're going to be mixing 3 different things. We're going to be starting with a dry mix, which is flour, cornmeal, and salt. Then we're going to be doing a wet mixture, which will be fresh avocado and Philly light cream cheese, and that's going to add such unique flavor. Finally, we're going to be doing wet ingredients, which are milk, cilantro, zesty jalapeno pepper, and 2 eggs. So our first step is to put together our dry mix, and it's really as simple as 1, 2, 3. Number 1 is our flour. We're going to add to that our cornmeal, 2, and 3, we're going to add our pinch of salt together in our large bowl. And then finally, just using a fork, mix it together so it's all incorporated, and then you can just set that aside. So now in a separate bowl, we're going to make our creamy mixture. And this is what's going to give our crepes such a unique flavor. We're going to mash together an avocado and Philadelphia light cream cheese until soft and well blended. And what I'm going to do now is show you a really handy tip for cutting avocado. And you're going to start at the large end, and you're simply going to cut down to your smaller end. Use a ripe avocado for this. And then we're just going to simply find our cut mark. We're going to cut again. Very simple and easy. And then all that it is now is a matter of removing our avocado and pulling it out. In it goes. And then all we do now is simply mash until well blended. And the colors of this, just beautiful, vibrant green. And this is going to be so incredibly tasty. In a third bowl, we're going to crack a couple of eggs first of all. So we'll start 1 and 2. I like cracking eggs. It brings me back to when I was a little girl. I always used to ask my mom if I could crack the eggs. So now we're going to add milk to that. And then finally, here's where it gets really fun again. We're going to add some beautiful fresh cilantro. And again, the color of this when we're done is just going to be incredible. And this adds that fresh Tex-Mex flavor. Finally, we're going to add our jalapeno peppers. And then using a whisk, we're simply going to whisk this up, and we're going to add our softened Philadelphia cream cheese and avocado mixture. And let me tell you, don't worry about lumps. It's okay to have lumps in a crepe batter because this is all just going to come together nicely. So now our third step is going to be to add our dry cornmeal mixture to our liquid and creamy mixture. And again, don't be afraid of a few lumps. It's just gonna all come together. And I guarantee you, once you've tried this, you're gonna wanna put Philadelphia cream cheese in all of your crepes from now on. So I'm so excited to be able to show you how easy it really is to make a crepe. So what I have is I've got a pan that we've got nice and hot. Rub it with a little bit of oil, and then it's really as simple as taking about 1/4 cup right into your hot pan. You can hear it sizzling. That's perfect. When it sizzles, you know you've got the right temperature. And now we're just going to You see how I'm doing this? We're gonna roll it around. Now this is, of course, our first crepe, which means this is often what the cook gets because the first crepe sometimes doesn't work. If this happens, don't worry, your next batch is going to be just fine. So we're just going to let that cook for about 2 minutes until the bottom is light brown. You'll know that it's starting to get ready because much like a pancake, it will begin to bubble up a little bit on the surface. So I can see that our crepe is now looking like it's just about there. What you do now is you just have a look at it, loosen with a spatula, and we're gonna just flip it over. Now you're gonna cook it on this side until it's golden brown, and then you'll set aside, cover, and keep warm. Okay, so we're down to our last crepe, and it's as easy to get these out of the pan. Just give it a shake, get your spatula underneath, remove, and voila. Now that our crepes are all prepared, we're going to set them aside while we prepare the filling. We'll begin by sprinkling our chicken tenders with Creole spice. Just give it a nice sprinkle, and then you're going to mix that around with a spoon so that your Creole spice is coating all of the pieces of chicken. Set this aside for just a moment, and next we're going to saute an onion that has been finely diced, a red pepper, smells so good already, and some jalapeno pepper in olive oil over medium-high heat. Now we're just going to add our chicken, and then we're going to continue to saute that until the chicken is cooked through and the vegetables are completely soft. So this looks good. And now I'm going to add the minced garlic. Add your minced garlic at the end of recipes because you never want to burn garlic. It will take on a bitter flavor if you do so. And now we're going to add our tomatoes and our cumin. We're going to add some salsa. I've used salsa verde with this recipe, but really you could use any salsa that you like. And finally, we're going to add 1/4 cup of Philadelphia cream cheese light. If you happen to put a little extra in, it's okay. It's just gonna add to the yum. So now we're gonna stir that in, and this is what's going to make our filling so creamy and delicious. So we're gonna now plate our crepes. You're going to take one of your crepes, and then we're going to take about 1/2 cup of your chicken mixture and just put it into the middle of your crepe, and then very simply fold it over. So delicious. I like to finish it off with just a nice sprig of cilantro on top, and there you have it. Thanks so much for joining me as I made my Philly chicks in a blanket dish. It's such a fantastic recipe, and using Philadelphia cream cheese makes it so much more special. Now everyone, you know what you have to do next. Get into your kitchen and whip up one of your entree recipes with cream cheese for your chance to take home $100. I am looking so forward to seeing what you're going to be making. See you soon, everyone.